Hey guys, today we're going to be messing around with something that you may have seen before, but we're going to be creating our own. I'm sitting here with a straw from the lunchroom, and I've kind of set it up and wondering if you've ever gone out to a restaurant where you get a straw with a wrapper and you've done this to your friend or family and stuck them right in the air. Well, we're going to actually make that happen today. The materials you're going to need are a straw and some tape, which is easier than glue, but if you've got glue, you can use that too. You're going to need a sheet of paper, and you'll need scissors. And to start this project, you're going to take your piece of paper, and you're going to fold it into fourths. So fourth is 4 parts. So I'm going to fold it in half. Hey, Jesus. And I'm going to crease it pretty good. Just makes it easier to see. There's one fold. And here's the second fold. Okay, once you have it folded, you're going to unfold it. So now I've got it unfolded. And I'm going to use these lines that I creased in the folds. And I'm going to cut this piece of paper apart. So I'll end up with 4 smaller pieces. Okay. And you're going to need to start with one of these pieces. Grab your straw, and you're going to wrap this piece of paper around the straw. And to me, it doesn't really matter which way you go. I'm going to go the short way first. You do not want it to be super tight around here, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Wrap that piece of paper around the straw. A little tough to get started. There it goes. Okay. Wrap a piece of paper around the straw. It might be easier if you hold it on the table where you might, or your lap, wherever you happen to be working. Okay. So I've got my piece of paper wrapped around the straw. I'm going to take tape, and I'm going to tape that little flap down with my tape. I think I'm going to do this in about 3 spots. 1 on each end and 1 in the middle. So I've really got it taped down. Okay, so now it's going to slide fairly easily off of the straw. And so now I have this little tube, which would be kind of like what you would have with your straw wrapper. So I'm going to put this back on here, and I'm going to use my straw, and I'm going to blow on it. And nothing happens. What is it that I need to do to make this thing fly? What's the difference between this and this? Well, this one I put a twist in. This is how I learned to do it when I was a kid. Put a twist in it. I'm not going to put a twist in this, but I am going to tape one end closed. So I'm going to pinch the end of this, and I'm going to tape that end closed. That way there is somewhere for that air pressure to go. And I'm going to try and get all neat here. So now I've got the end closed. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm going to put it back on my straw, and I'm going to try it again. I'm still not getting it to go. There it went. Took a little more air pressure than the other one. Okay, so now one more thing that I have noticed, because what we're really making here is a paper rocket. And something I see on rockets that I don't have here are fins. And so I'm going to make some fins for my rocket. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to take one of my pieces of paper, one of my extra ones, and I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm just going to make myself a couple of fins to put on my rocket. And I'm taking the folded end and I'm going to cut my favorite shape, a triangle, off of that folded end here. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So now I'm going to have fins. I'm going to put this to the side. So when I pick up those, I get this. So now I'm going to put these fins on my rocket with tape. And I'm going to check and see how long my fin is first. So I make sure that my tape is long enough. So I'm going to rip off one piece of tape. And since these fins are kind of thin, hey, there's rhyming. I'm going to take my piece of tape and I'm going to cut it in half. Well, that wasn't exactly in half, but you know what? It's going to work. We're going to make it work. Okay, so I'm going to take my fins and I'm going to put that piece of tape down the center of the fin. And then I'm going to tape the fins halfway across. I'll trim off a little bit here from each other. So this fin is on this side. I'll try and bend that up a little. And so I'm going to put the other fin about halfway across from the other fin. So here's this one. I'm going to flip it around about halfway across from that fin. I'm just giving it a second, making sure I'm really stuck down. So now I have a rocket with fins. And I would like you, when you do this rocket project, to not just send me a picture or a video, but tell me the answer to this. Why do rockets have fins? And what would happen if I made my rocket longer? Would it fly differently? What if I put different numbers of fins on it? Those are the kind of questions that I have. And I'm going to play around with those ideas once I'm done having the video with you. And I'm going to come back here and I'm going to shoot off my rocket. We'll see if it works. I have a bendy straw, so I'm going to try and do it that way. We'll see if it works. Nope. Yep, there it went. I think I even spit a little bit. Ugh. Okay. Well, have fun making your rocket. And don't forget to answer the questions. What happens if you change the number of fins? Does it fly differently without fins? And also, what would happen if I made my rocket longer? I think, because I folded it, so this might work this way. So I'm going to play around with some of those little ideas. Again, kids, send me your pictures and your videos of you making the rockets and shooting them off and answers to those questions. And I'll see you next week.